We're here in north central Maryland and making an assessment of a potential installation of a bridge-mounted dry hydrant, one of our swiveling standpipes. So I thought we'd take a minute to take a look at the stuff we're going to consider. So this is a guardrail. We would call this a guardrail post style of installation. A couple things you're going to want to look at is going to be the upstream and downstream side. In most all cases, the downstream side is the better location because it generally has a better pool of water to deal with, just the nature of how water runs underneath the bridge. Probably 97% of our installations end up being that way. So we have pretty good movement down through here. We'll come up and take a look at the other side. The other thing you have to consider is lift, and lift is the distance from the surface of the water to where the pumper is going to hook up. So you can see on this side it's much calmer, and there's actually a really deep pool of water right in that area. So that's where we envision dropping that standpipe in. So most likely the standpipe is going to live right here between these first two posts, and then it'll be cradled over there. So the pipe will live this way. When we're ready to deploy it, it'll go up and then down into the water. So we measured the distance from the lift from the surface of the water to the top of the guardrail, and that is 13 feet. The hole is somewhere around 2.5 feet, so we're figuring probably 16 feet of pipe. So it's worthy of laying that out up top to see what that's going to look like. So we'll walk over here. And again, not sure you can see it very well, but there's a really good deep pocket of water, nice and calm. Should work out fine for that teardrop strainer. So we've actually laid out a 16-foot tape measure on the ground, and that would be the length of the pipe. And it's going to live on the water side. So we've marked right here where a suction head would go. So it's going to drop straight down over into that hole. And there'd be a bracket that runs between the two posts. So that bracket would be bolted in. And we have seen that in some of our other designs. And then down here, at the end, of course, this is where the strainer is going to live, down in that area, and that's going to be our teardrop strainer. So we're probably going to put that cradle back here. So the bracket will span the distance between these two posts on the water side, and right here where I've marked cradle, that'll be about where that's cradled. So that's kind of what the layout is. What you're always concerned about is the height of the guardrail or the bridge wall, because that's where the suction head has to come up over, and you don't want that higher than the eye of the impeller on the pumper. So this bridge is a good candidate. We're going to go ahead and submit a price quote estimate in terms of installation costs and procedure. Right, this is probably about a half a day install if everything goes right. Get brackets made up, get all the supplies, and then probably about a half of a day of an install, and then we'd come back and do a flow test on it. So again, when you're looking at a bridge and considering these type of installations, you always want to look upstream and downstream. And while upstream looks good on both sides, it's better on this bridge on the downstream side, which is almost always the case in all of our bridge mounts that we do. That downstream or the output side of that bridge generally has a better pool of water, and it's a little bit calmer down there.